I am the face of Black maternal health. My name is Maria, and I am the mother of a beautiful 18-month-old baby boy. I had a great maternal care team at the group practice that I went to. There were OBs, midwives, nurse practitioners, and other RNs as well that managed my care. They took me seriously at every corner. As soon as I told them that I had high blood pressure, they immediately diagnosed me as a high-risk pregnancy. I had extra appointments. I had extra ultrasounds. I was getting care in tandem with a high-risk maternity care team as well. I had double testing for gestational diabetes and consistent testing for preeclampsia. They also made sure to manage my blood pressure and my blood pressure medication, and they were the ones that referred me to see a cardiologist as well. Around 34 weeks during pregnancy, I was sitting on the couch watching a movie, and I just felt like my heart was racing. I just felt racy in my chest, and I knew that something was off. I took my blood pressure and it was 170 over 120s, and that is the highest blood pressure reading I had ever had. I was actually admitted into the hospital. This was the beginning of this series of medication changes. My blood pressure did stay consistently high, so my care team decided that it was best for me to be induced at 37 weeks. Finding out this news was very scary for me, but I went to a great group practice, and I trusted that what my team said was best for me was going to keep me safe. I was in labor for 2.5 days. I ended up having to get an emergency C-section just due to baby not taking the contractions very well. I was told and reassured by the team that my blood pressure would get under control after I delivered my baby. Unfortunately for me, that wasn't the case. After I delivered, I was in the hospital for 8 days. By the 8th day, they had to call in the internal medicine doctor because my blood pressure was so out of control. It was 160 over 110 to 140 over 90. On day 8, I was released from the hospital with 2 different medications. The medication that I was on during my pregnancy, I was at the maximum dose of 1,200 milligrams per day, and an emergency fast-acting medication as well as needed. Well, I needed it every day, sometimes multiple times a day. We thought after the pregnancy hormones slowly but surely made their way out of my system that my blood pressure would come back down to normal. My primary care doctor said that there were too many cooks in the kitchen trying to manage my high blood pressure. So I was seeing the cardiologist, and my cardiologist was telling me that my numbers were fine, but I didn't feel fine. My numbers were in the 170s, sometimes the 180s, over the 110s to the 120s. And quite frankly, I didn't know if I was going to be around to see my son's first birthday. It was really, really scary. I wasn't able to function in my daily life the way that I had been able to. I was getting constant headaches. I was feeling faint. I couldn't even really go for a walk because I just felt awful. In my time in the hospital, one of the last doctors that I saw from my care team was amazing, and she recommended me a different cardiologist. She said that she trusted this cardiologist with her mom, and for me, that's a recommendation that I trusted. So at this point, I was 6 to 7 months postpartum, and my blood pressure was still out of control, with my cardiologist telling me that I was fine and it wasn't a big deal. But it was a big deal because I wasn't okay. I started seeing this new cardiologist, and within the first visit, she had done more for me than my previous doctor had done in over a year of managing my care, from the time that I was pregnant until about 7 months postpartum. She ordered me the tests that I needed, and she changed my medication to what I found out should have been the first line in defense for a medication. Ever since then, my blood pressure has been under control, and for the first time since 2020, I can say that I finally have my life back. I'm able to interact with my son. I'm able to go on walks. I'm able to live my life without constant migraines and headaches. I am eternally grateful to the doctor who gave me the recommendation and to my cardiologist. My name is Maria, and I am the face of Black maternal health.